forever and ever. Oh, we can be heroes just for one day.
Hey, good afternoon. How the devil are you? I am very unwell, but I'm still here, so you haven't got any excuse. I just thought I'd share a little bit of something with you because I'm not going to be able to talk for too long. I'm not going to lie. I feel like I am going to vomit. So yeah, so there you go. And my hair's looking bad because that's what happens when I'm unwell. My hair just goes. Ugh. I just want to talk about the stupidity of women, mainly because it's not talked about enough. So let's talk about it. So today there was this thing. Ooh, Liberal Democrats. Someone had won against Liberal Democrats. Oh, whoopee, whoopee. The party. I mean, it's very exciting. The party that's gone out of its way to really shit all over women in its party, that's kind of done this fast track troon promotion in its party, taken money from pharmaceutical companies, who basically want to shove puberty blockers and cross-sex hormones down the throats of kids. Headed up by a man who, what did he do? Did he just ignore someone or cover up or do something with the post office? Something really shit with the post office, right? Something really shit. Well, they've decided to allow a group to participate in conferences. A group who don't think women have penises. Oh my God. That is so nothing, isn't it? That's so absolutely nothing, isn't it? It's like, I was going to celebrate, and then I thought, oh no, it's nothing. It's women propping up men's political parties, isn't it? That's what it is. I feel like, who keeps saying isn't it all the time? I feel like that really annoying comedian. Yes, it's like that, isn't it? Yeah, it's like that, isn't it? It's really rearranging deck chairs on the sinking Titanic, isn't it? That's what it is for me. Oh, what did you do in the gender wars? Well, I'll tell you what I did. I forced a political party who hates me, actively went out of their way to destroy women's voices and promoted fetishists. What I did is I made sure more women would vote for them. Wow. Oh my God, that's incredible. That's incredible. Women, let me just say, if you withdraw your Labour from these parties, they might come to you, right? And when somebody comes to you and asks you, begs you to come back, you then hold all the cards, right? You have the chips. You have the chips. At the moment, you're basically saying to the men, can I carry your chips? Can I carry them? Can I on my bended knee carry your chips for you? Please, 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 please. Yes, I know you hate me, but please let me carry your chips. Don't do it. It's really bad. It's bad for all of us. I keep being told, give women hope. Here's your hope. I started a political party of my own. Why? Because I'm not going to carry anyone's chips. Right? We women, we are a large voting bloc. And if everybody is still going, well, they they slap me across the face, but they'd never punch me. They just I will always be grateful for that they never broke my nose. Yeah, they pinch me. They slap me. They kick me in the groin, but they never punch me in the face. So I could just, I just stayed with them. I just stayed with them. Because well, maybe it's not that big an issue for other people. Maybe for me it's so fundamental and so important that this really is a deal breaker. It just is it's just a huge deal breaker for me. I just couldn't possibly do it. And this is the only thing I care about because I think everything stems from this. And I think it's the most dangerous lie that we've ever actively told our children in schools. So that's why I think it's really, really, really important. Like, I would do anything for this issue. So I would join any party that said, we will actively seek to get rid of the GRA, get rid of the European, leave the EHRC, and get rid of the Equality Act. Anyone that said they were actively moving in that direction and would seek policies to do that, that's where I'm going to go. Right? That's as a voter where I would go. Like, fortunately, we have Party of Women. But it just doesn't make any sense to me. It's like women in Labour. Oh, well, Labour said that they would merely slash our wrists for us, but they wouldn't stab us in the heart. So they get my vote. They get my vote. In fact, they're so brilliant on everything else. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. But then I've never been one to compromise, which is why I get so cross when we have to listen to how fabulous someone is because they've got a very posh accent and they're very well educated and they can use the word man. Fuck me. Oh, that's just so impressive. Like, really, what in 2025 somebody calls a man? Wow, who would have thought?
I use public toilets and I piss on the seat.
That's a man. Yeah, thanks so much. I'm just so terribly clever. Terribly, terribly clever. So anyway, let's see what I did. Back in 2018, and some people are kind of catching up.
Kelly, first of all, tell us why you was this just you or was this part of Standing Up for Women? This is a pressure group you're involved with.
So it's part of Standing for Women, but it was something I really wanted to do because I've noticed over the last few years we seem to be losing the word woman. So we might be called cervix havers or men.
As I say this, I might just rewind myself a little bit. This is for you, those of you that haven't seen it, or maybe you haven't seen it for some time, or maybe you need to be reminded that it's not been that difficult to speak the truth all this time. Okay? And actually I have hardened a little bit because I think I refer to a troon in this as someone, the reasonable troon. And that they wouldn't call themselves a woman, or I can't remember. But it's just worth remembering that way back here, I was talking about this. Now, if everybody had got on board with this way back then, and I'm not the first person or the only person, I'm just the most impressively contagious. And yes, I will say that, and you may hate it, but it is true. So I'm certainly not the first, but when you look at this and you think, did those makeup artists and the hairstylists hate me? Yes, I think they did. Do they make me look like one of those dolls that sits on a toilet roll? Yes, they did. They did make me look like that. But let's just forget that we can't see that. I was talking in this language then, and I was being told by most of the people that you now go, oh my God, they're so impressive. that I was being unkind. In fact, some of the women that you now celebrate were not even involved in this fight because it hadn't actually affected them yet. Just saying.
Called cervix havers or
Never heard that
menstruators. Well, in cervical cancer campaign material, the word woman doesn't appear. Menstruators, chest feeders, pregnant people, and I just thought the essence of this debate and what we're losing is literally the word woman to mean adult human female.
But people seem to be embracing the word woman as well. You're saying that it's disappearing. I think that that's not entirely the case. I mean, I think women are being very much embraced at the moment.
Well, Ruth, that's because you're a mindless idiot. Just being kind.
As well. We're very much in the news. Women are taking over very high positions of power. Do you not agree that that females are being celebrated?
Well, you say female and woman interchangeably, and I would agree with you, but that isn't what's happening in the public sphere. So we had Philip Bunce just winning a woman sort of entrepreneur award or business award, and he just wears a dress one day a week. So it's being diluted.
So how do you define
Look, wait a minute. As a man on the outside here, right, this just makes me feel that you're making
Watching a man lie is always fun.
the word female more exclusive than inclusive. You're claiming it back. You're fighting for it back,
Absolutely.
Right, you think it's been diluted. Let me ask you, beside you, India Willoughby,
Hey, Johnny boy.
I use public toilets and I piss on the seat.
transitioned from the male to female, what, 3 years ago?
3 years
India?
ago.
Yeah. Why does she threaten you?
That's why.
I think when you decide that men can come into women's space, it's no longer a women's space.
But she sees herself as a woman. You in every way, and they explained to me how you react to that assertion.
I just want to ask you, Kelly, what would make you happy? Would you want to shave my head? Would you make me want to wear boys' clothes? Take my driving licence away and change it back to a male driving licence?
Absolutely not. You can do anything you want, just you not be recognised as a woman in law.
But Kellie-Jay,
but I am
Kellie-Jay, if she
recognised
sees
as a woman
herself
in
as a
law.
woman, do you have any sympathy that you're looking at a woman who was trapped in a man's body?
No, unfortunately, I really don't think you can change sex in any meaningful way. Every cell in the human body has got the DNA code of what sex you are. So India obviously looks like a woman.
He doesn't. Does he? But anyway, I hate that bit.
But I don't see India as a woman.
Right. And what is it about trans people that makes you so angry? I mean,
Do I seem angry? I mean, it's such an easy thing to say, isn't it? But there's no anger.
me as an individual, I've read some of your tweets and you've said that trans people are out to annihilate women and...
Well, I said I would annihilate women, but, you know, tomato, tomato.
Extinguish them from the planet, effectively. Now,
I don't think I've ever said that.
But you don't recognise trans people as women, do you?
No.
So what would you say to the... Literally, my mum is obviously a woman. She loves me to bits. My sister, you know, she just accepts me now as her sister. I've got literally hundreds of women friends. I just lead a normal life.
He doesn't have hundreds of friends, does he?
So why is that
Why
troublesome
can't you
for
do that still as a man?
No, but why is it your business?
Because it affects women in law and the way we live. It absolutely does.
It doesn't affect anyone.
Of course it does.
How does it affect us?
So, for example, if I was arrested today by a police officer who still had a penis but said he was a woman, he's allowed to intimately search me. Now, the reason he's allowed to intimately search me is because a transgender police officer who said he was a woman took the police to court to have that right because he said it was discriminatory.
But if
Oh my God, I thought that was a brand new story.
he
him not to be
believes,
able
if he
to.
believes he's a woman, you're saying that doesn't make him a woman.
That's saying I have to indulge in that belief also, and I don't.
But when you're sitting with someone like India, who has from a very young age felt wrong, felt very wrong as a boy, has lived as a woman for many years.
What does that mean?
Had the full transgender reassignment surgery. And there's a lot goes into this. That is not just done on a whim.
Yeah.
And you're now saying that she can't be a woman.
What does living as a woman actually
Well, ask
mean?
her.
What does living as a woman mean?
Ask me. I think
Watch this answer.
that's a really good question. Well, you know, I have something called gender dysphoria.
Fetish. He has AGP fetish.
It's a recognised medical condition
Yeah.
the world over for 50 years or so. And the treatment for somebody like me who felt gender dysphoria is the only way I can feel normal, if you like, is by transitioning. And I've transitioned and life is great. You know, I have no problems. I pay my taxes.
Okay,
I have
what
a
does living
responsible
as a woman mean?
job. I'm living as me. I'm living as me.
Yeah, but what does living as a
I
woman
don't know.
mean? We need
What
to
does it
define
mean to
these
you?
terms.
What does it mean to
Well, it
Ruth?
means that I have a female
What does it
body, and in the society in which I live, there is a two-way street. The way I feel about myself and the way that society views me. And unfortunately, no matter how I feel about myself, I can't enforce a society to indulge in my delusion.
Okay. Can I ask
But
one?
you're saying that she's
polite
deluded
question.
to
I'm
to
saying
want
that
to be
India
a
isn't a woman.
Yeah.
I'm saying that men cannot be women. And now India's free to live their life however they want.
But you wouldn't
can't
want
be
me
a woman.
legally recognised as a woman. So let's say, for an instance, I could go out on a night and I got raped. So who would I go to a women's refuge in your
Well,
world?
no, because then it wouldn't be a women's refuge, would it?
So where would I go?
Well, you could raise money and
I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. Look, I mean, that's a beautiful line, right? Would I go to a women's refuge? Well, no, because then it wouldn't be a women's refuge, would it? I mean, come on. That's beautiful.
make your own refuge.
But why does it?
Why are you trying
Let's
to
not be personal. We're talking about
You
a
are being,
broad...
but you are being
But
very
that's
personal.
Okay,
almost
but
like
you're
if
asking me
this-
to keep talking about India. Let's talk about the broad basis of women and men.
But
so
India does represent a lot of people who
No,
have
India
transitioned. She
no.
does. She speaks about it very openly.
Well, Miranda Yardley does too, and he doesn't agree remotely with India.
See, the trouble is, in this day and age, your poster was taken down, and one of the complaints the main complaint came from a Dr. Adrian Harrop, who is not trans, but describes himself as an ally of the transgender community. And he complained to the Billboard company that your poster would serve to make transgender women feel unsafe. And in fact, it was a transphobic hate crime. Do you see yourself as, I mean, are you proud to be transphobic?
I don't know what transphobia means, unless
Well,
it
you don't
means that I
stand
don't...
for her
No,
and
but
what she
No.
You
is. and
paid
you
for a
don't tolerate.
poster to put
To
on a
talk
wall.
about women, adult human females, and the fact that it's deemed transphobic, it absolutely highlights the absurdity of what's going on.
You've actually been investigated by the police for
Yeah, for
malicious
saying that you
communications.
shouldn't. No,
But what?
no. I was interviewed by West Yorkshire Police, of which I could make lots of comments about their behaviour, and they wanted to see, test the law as to whether or not it's unlawful to say that you shouldn't take a 16-year-old to Thailand and castrate them.
But why is this your business? It's a personal family
Why is
matter.
it-
There's going to be a.
It's not a
big
personal family matter. Susie
ITV
Green is part of the
drama.
whole career out
Are
of
we
this.
agreed there's just terrible confusion and there is a long way to go with all of this?
No, I think I'm agreed that this is an absolute assault on women and womanhood, and we are losing...
None of my women friends feel that.
Well,
I
that's your
know.
women friends.
I don't think the
don't.
nation
So you
feels
don't
it as a
respect her
problem.
journey in any way? I mean, I think...
I don't see why that matters.
I think it does.
No, I
matter
don't think
because-
it matters. I
Well,
don't
to
think
me,
we need
can I
to
just say
respect
again, as a man,
individuals'
right? I couldn't
journey.
say the sort of things you're saying, and you have every right to say what you say as a woman. I've no difficulty with that. What I don't understand is why you don't empathise or understand that I don't think India does this for fun.
No,
Can I
it's,
just...
Nobody's
horrible.
saying that.
It's not like
there's no pleasure in being trans. I don't get a kick out of it, a buzz.
So therefore,
it's really, really tough.
Can you not sort of see that she has a journey, that she's looking maybe for a destination with other women to say, please embrace me, please understand what I've gone through?
Well, what about Karen White, who claims, who is a trans woman, who went into British prisons and raped women in female prisons?
Well, Myra Hindley, Rose West. What
Oh,
are
no,
you,
no,
what are you
no,
saying
no.
from
There's
one
80,000
example?
men in our prisons. There's only 3,000 women, and 12,000 of those men are sex offenders. So there's no...
Oh, God. Anyway, wasn't that great? I just wanted to remind everyone that I've been holding the line since a mighty long time. Mighty long time. And that's how it's done. It's just and imagine if everybody had talked like that from 2018. Imagine where we'd be. Look, somebody's shared something today about Macmillan, and they shared the DEI, some DEI hire. So money that you give to Macmillan Cancer Support, 90,000 of that was going on one of these people. So I just had a quick Google, and what's intriguing, and by intriguing I mean shocking, dreadful, is how many jobs there are DEI, and they all start at about 40,000. Some of them go up a lot higher than 90, but between 40 and 60,000 seems to be kind of the bare minimum. And they're in every police force, they're in every NHS. I mean, what this country needs is a Trump to go through all of our ridiculous DEI spending and just get rid of all of it. But I just want to say to you women, we lose because your finish line, you've already decided that you're not going to win. You've already decided that what you're asking for, which is not to lose our rights, is too much, right? You've made that deal in your head. And I would imagine you do this all the time in your lives. I couldn't possibly ask for that. Oh, no, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. I couldn't. Oh, I want £50,000, but I'm going to ask my boss for 45 because if I ask for 50, they're going to think I'm greedy. So I'm not going to ask for that. Oh, I'd really like 2 days off over Christmas, but I'm just going to say one so they don't think I'm taking the piss. Oh, I've unpacked the dishwasher 5 times this week, but I'm going to do it 6 because I've just asked my husband to do it once on Sunday, and if I ask him to do Saturday and Sunday, he's going to say no, right? That's what you've done. Oh, I'm going to say trans woman. I'm going to say trans woman. And I'm going to say that, in some cases, men can be women. Because if I say in no case a man can be a woman, then they're going to think that I'm asking for too much. Because I'm not enough. Because that girl in the changing room, she's not enough. Because that old lady waiting for home help that gets a man in a fucking dress, she's not enough. No, we're not enough. We're not enough. We're not enough. I just want all of you to know you are enough. And the most you're ever going to get is what you ask for. That's the most you're ever going to get. If you ask for something, if you're already compromised and you ask for less than you really want, you're not gonna, no one's going to go, do you know what? They said that they think it's fine that sometimes men can be women, like maybe on digital ID, that sometimes. So because they've been so reasonable, we're going to keep men out of all of those things. So that knitting club, men won't be allowed to go in because those women were so great. They were so great to us that we're going to pay them back and we're going to keep men out of everything. No. Just learn this in your heads. The most you're ever going to get is what you ask for. So always ask for at least what you want. Don't expect some big act of generosity or reasonableness or whatever, that someone's going to step in and go, do you know what? You deserve more. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. So if you're part of the Liberal Democrat Party or the Labour Party or the Green Party, and you've taken a bit of a kicking from them, just why would you support them? Like, why? Oh, well, they did say they really hated women and they hope I got raped. But I didn't get raped. So I'm going to fight tooth and nail to get back in. Like, what are you thinking? It's just so mad. So mad. Anyway, there are places that you can softly land. And it's called Let Women Speak and Party of Women. And I just want to say, Let Women Speak, we're going to Aberdeen, get your tickets. You don't have to get a ticket if you're just going up to come to the Let Women Speak event and coming to the pub. But if you want to do any of the entertainment, you might need a ticket. But I'm in the business of of getting exactly what I want. That's what I am in the business of doing. I'm not in the business of I don't even want to ask. I just think that I'm not willing to give up women's rights. I'm not even asking for anything special. I just like that. I just use the word no, and I mean it. So this is what we're talking about. Anyway, if you can ask for it, mean it, get it, take it, have it, then I promise we will win. If you can understand that compromise is just another fucking word for surrender, then I promise we will win. And do you know why else we're going to win? Because I never lose.
For the whole human race, why, it's almost like being in love. All the music of life seems to be like a bell that is ringing for me. And from the way that I feel when that bell starts to peal, I would swear I was falling. I could swear I was falling. It's all